episode did not end at that point. The services, and by order of defendant Taha Yassine Ramadan, proceeded to demolish the homes of the victims, loot their contents, bulldoze their fields and orchards, and force the inhabitants of the region to live in deep poverty by denying them the main source of their life. These events have been proven by the individual plaintiffs and by some of the witnesses that appeared in this court, and stated that defendant Taha Yassine Ramadan was standing on a hill in the region called the Maskeen Hill. These events have also been confirmed by defendant Muhammad Azzawi, defendant Mizhar Abdullah Kazim in their depositions in presence of the investigation judge. The latest of these proofs was the phone call that the court has listened to between Saddam Hussein and the defendant Taha Yassine Ramadan, which was about bulldozing the orchards in Dujail. As to defendant Saddam Hussein, who was at the time President of the Republic and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. Proofs of his implication. Number one, the video and audio recording that was presented to the court, and that shows Saddam Hussein addressing the people of Dujail the day of the incident, and shows him saying that those who ambushed his convoy might have been 2 or 3, and in any case no more than 10. Second, what he said in his deposition in presence of the investigative team of 3 judges on June 12, 2005, and I quote, "My convoy was ambushed, maybe with 2 rifles, although I'm not sure after all this time has passed." End quote. He also said in his deposition, I quote, "As far as I know, no one was hurt in the ambush." End quote. Third, after he got to Baghdad from Dujail, he gave orders to the security officials who deal directly with him to report to the National Council headquarters, and he ordered Taha Yassine Ramadan to preside over the meeting to plan for the attack of Dujail. Fourth, he ordered defendant Barzan Ibrahim to conduct the operations in Dujail. Fifth, official documents that give proof of his knowledge and transmit his orders of the crime of Dujail. I have to explain here that I am going to cite these documents, these official documents that give proof of his knowledge and his transmission of orders to the crime of Dujail. Number one, the report from Barzan, dated July 13th, 1982. Number two, the Revolutionary Council's decision, number 982, dated July 31st, 1982, which incriminated a group of intelligence agents for their role in Dujail. Number 3, the Revolutionary Council's decision number 100 on January 23rd, 1985 about transfer of ownership of properties in Dujail. Number 4, the report issued by the committee chaired by Hassin Kamel regarding the Dujail affair, and which shows footnotes and remarks added by Saddam Hussein himself directly. Number 5, the memorandum issued by the Legal Affairs section of the Presidential Office, dated on July 28, 1987, regarding the execution by mistake of 4 people of the Dujail case and reporting them as killed while being arrested. Number 6, the memorandum from the Legal Affairs section of the Presidential Office, dated on April 5th, 1987, regarding the non-execution of 2 of the people who were named in the sentence by the Revolutionary Court. Number 7, the Republican Decree 778, dated on June 16th, 1984, which endorses the death penalty sentence. Number 8, the video and audio recording shown to this court, in which the defendant says that he doesn't care about those who die during interrogation, no matter how many they are. Number 9, his confession in front of this court that he was responsible of the investigation, when he said that if he gave his orders for no one to prosecute anyone, then no one would have been prosecuted. Number 6, his order to compensate the owners of those orchards which have been bulldozed, knowing that the bulldozing was not with the intent of modernizing the town's infrastructure, but it was rather a retaliation, as he admitted in front of this honorable court when he said that he razed the orchards because of the assassination attempt against him. So, uprooting trees and bulldozing fields is an attempt against the national wealth, and the compensation for the destruction is mishandling and mismanagement of the national monies. In order to prove to the court that we don't speak in vain, we have a few excerpts of the deposition of the defendant during previous sessions we would like the court to watch. He's the President of the Republic. He makes a phone call and says no one is to be persecuted, and then no one would ever be persecuted. The president had it in his hand not to carry out the death penalty on everyone, but 2 of them have been given mercy and were not executed.
And to release them.
The orchards that you're worrying so much about, the Iraqi judicial system should not really worry about that. If the state, any state, decides to use any land for national interest, the state can do it. If, Your Honor, you're looking for things and in your hands you have the subject in your hand and you let it go. The demolition of the orchards in Dujail, why are you seeking to make Barzan guilty of it? I am here. It's me. Why don't you come to me? There's no need for you to indict anyone else. I raised the orchards. Doesn't mean that I drove the bulldozer. I gave the order for it to be done. And I delimitated the exact orchards and fields that have